Hello, what it diddly do? So fam, welcome back to my channel, K&M Witchery. For those of y'all who may not know, what's up? I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe. Please know that not everything in today's spiritual check-in will resonate, so only take what does and leave the rest for another soul tribe member. I would also love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Should it resonate? Let me know how, let me know if this helped you, or just give a like. That's it. Just press a button. And also remember to subscribe and join the tribe. First up, we do have the Hanged Man. So this could be your energy or it could be someone else's in and around you, okay? Where you're taking a break. You're at a standstill, I'm hearing. There is something that has to be reconsidered and reassessed. And it is rather illuminating, okay? I'm really getting called to that nice little halo around this hangman's head, showing that whatever perspective is being gained right now in this moment of, I'm hearing solitude as well as relative stagnation, is in fact one that is causing an illumination of sorts. Now, we did also hear Dark Night of the Soul, which is quite interesting. So either yourself, Sofam, or someone in and around your energy whom is attaching themselves to you, and thus you are well aware of this energy, okay? Because I'm kind of picking it up both ways for y'all. It needs to happen. And there is a requirement here, Sofam, to let go of the need to control the outcome. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so the cards out here, I have the Three of Coins as well as the Nine of Wands. So there's a massive resistance to bringing something together, okay? An offer could very well have been made, okay, because this is a coin. This is a physical, I'm hearing unity, an opportunity to work together, to come together, I'm hearing just to make this work, okay? Let me know how that resonates with you. But both, however it resonates with y'all, are resisting this, okay? It's like you're looking at this opportunity to come together with some hesitation. And this hesitation and resistance caused the overall Hanged Man experience, okay? Where you're perhaps maybe realizing that this coming together, this cooperation of sorts will require an invitation to open up your level of trust. And perhaps a lot of the resistance that I'm feeling right here is the lack of trust that had existed due to things perhaps maybe falling out before. However, again, this resonates with y'all. I do really like the fact that the Hanged Man is here though, Soul Fam, okay? Because it does show that there is a willingness despite the resistance. This person is on guard, okay? On guard, looking at the overall situation, reassessing. So tell me more about what this coming together is. What is this coming together about, Spirit? Okay, so the Six of Cups comes in. Okay, so this could very well be an opportunity to revisit an aspect of the past. Now, this can be a love opportunity. This can also be career. It could also be that perhaps maybe something that hadn't worked out in childhood or even in your adulthood once upon a time is coming back around for you to revisit, for you to let go potentially of a lot of this resistance and give in to the understanding that just because something had quote unquote failed once before doesn't necessarily mean it will again. Why? Because you've learned something new. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a new outcome. And thus, Spirit threw you into a lull, if you will. Because an ego death is required in order for you to actually obtain the clarity and the union that you could potentially be really desiring, right? When it comes to the Six of Cups, what goes around comes around. This is potentially a blast from the past where you're looking at your childhood dreams. And for a long time, these childhood dreams perhaps maybe did not come together. And now that there is an opportunity for it to, there's a hesitation of like, wait, hold on. Am I going to experience this old pain again? Is this a trick? I just heard, is this a spell? Okay. So anyone who is potentially in a love thing, because I'm hearing more of like a situationship, okay? There could potentially be a lot of hesitation there. In order for you to extend outside of yourself and welcome in another energy. But right now we're still at a standstill. So what's this standstill teaching us? Let's look at that. Card out on the table is the Page of Cups, to be able to open up your heart again. Oftentimes, and I'm going to use the example of love, okay? Because it's the easiest thing that I can correlate to this right now. Although, of course, you can always make this your own. When we are in high school, we're more willing to fall in love because we are unaware of what pain really is as far as romantic unities are concerned, right? We are so new to the experience of love, and so we are more willing to wear a heart on our sleeves and give in, okay, and receive. But after some time, and as we grow older, most people, now of course not everyone, has experienced heartache, rejection, abandonment, and so on and so forth. Trigger warning. And now whatever's coming back around is requiring you to have more faith. I'm hearing you don't have to do this alone. And take it from someone who knows, okay? Sometimes being alone is the safest thing you can do because you're no longer putting your own emotional control in another person's hands, right? Like you never want to be impacted by another person's internal turmoil. And yet, interconnectivity is what is requested right now by the divine. And so although I'm seeing a lot of minor arcana, I don't know why I just said it like that. Although I'm seeing a lot of minor arcana energies here, the divine is still asking you to rethink. Because when it comes to karma, karma will continue to repeat itself and cycle through in very similar situations, one likely more painful than the next, and will continue to reoccur until we choose to break that pattern by reacting differently, by gauging a new perspective and learning what no longer does align to us. And in this case, it's really about having faith and knowing that not everything and everyone that's going to come back around is going to hurt you. And even if this experience is not one that is identical, so perhaps maybe it's not like an ex coming back or anything of that sort, right? Perhaps this is a childhood dream, as I'd mentioned before, coming back around to give you the opportunity to actually fulfill it. Because for whatever reason in life, you had been unable to. I'm hearing responsibilities and obligations, traumas, lack of confidence. It's coming back around right now for you to start opening up and know that, again, you don't have to do it all alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to put it in your trust. And it's also okay to fall in love for whoever needs that, okay? More messages here. We have the King of Swords. So who's this King of Swords? Is this my... Oh. Okay, so 5 of Coins, King of Swords. This King of Swords is very silent. Lots of things left unspoken, hence the overall Hanged Man energy. The 5 of Coins could very well be insecurities, insufficiencies, and again, that lack of confidence, feeling as though you are not good enough, that there's more that you need to obtain, whether it be financial, whether it be intellectual, whether it be spiritual, there is some form of self-denial that has been taking place for a very, very long time. And that could very well be what is resurfacing for you right now to reconsider and change and do a complete 180 about, right? Like, it's like, I'm hearing this person's world has been turned upside down and they're unsure why. They don't get it. And the defense could very well be that it's the fault of the experience that is coming back around. Or perhaps maybe the person. That it's their fault that I feel this way. When really, something's changing internally and we're seeing things a little bit differently. We're choosing silence. And someone's really thinking about, someone's really not only thinking about their insecurities, but wondering, why do I really feel this way? Like, where does this all really come from? Once upon a time, I played victim of my circumstances, and perhaps maybe in some ways I still am. I as in whoever I'm reading for, right? But that can't all entirely be true, because they're still glancing over at this opportunity with curiosity. It's not like this person's facing away from it, not wanting anything to do with it. No. The cards came out like this. Curiously watching, waiting, observing. Lots of observing, okay? Lots of silence, lots of, I'm hearing testing. Testing the circumstances, testing the water, dipping your toe in. Only to learn that this is actually safe. It's come back around because you're meant to experience it now. I'm hearing you're deserving of happiness. Oh. And perhaps maybe for a long time, this King of Swords energy felt as though they weren't. And thus, the Page of Cups comes in as a more immature, emotional energy to perhaps maybe grow into a King of Cups energy, right? Where most of that immaturity is eradicated through experiences and just the willingness to grow, right? Because at the end of the day, we didn't all get to the King of Swords energy just by simply waking up one day and having the intellect to know when to be silent, when to reserve yourself, when to speak your truth. No, we had to gain that wisdom, right? We all started as a page at some form or another, and that cycle will continue at different forms in our lives. Right now, it's an emotional discomfort to dive into things like spirituality, like emotional compulsion, and learning how it is to regulate your own emotions. And when we're ready for something like that, oftentimes what comes around are old traumas that our unconscious mind brings forward to our conscious mind to be made aware of and thus release. And that circumstance feels really freaking scary. So it's very easy to back away and say, whoa, hold on, because what I'm feeling right now, this doesn't feel good. So this must be bad for me. Let's rethink this situation. So I do want to say, so fam, if this is you, or if this is another one in your energy that you are picking up on, silence is unfavorable, because most of us would rather knowing and having that clear communication, saying things like, I'm not ready, or I need more time, or I don't trust you, right? But I'm going to play devil's advocate here, as the Libra that I am, and ask you one simple question. What difference would that make? Would it hurt you more to potentially sabotage something by stating, I'm not ready, and then potentially having this person, whomever they may be, coming back around, okay, reject you then? Say, okay, on to the next. Or perhaps maybe if you're the one receiving this message, how maturely would you welcome that type of reaction right now? Would you want to immediately take control or reassure or do this work for them. A lot of people, so fam, are comfortable in predictable chaos. Okay? Because it's something that is known. The pain becomes our comfort. Because it's something that we're used to. It's a pattern recognition that we've built within ourselves. And thus anything that can actually offer us peace feels dangerous. So when an opportunity comes around where, say it's a job, and they're willing to give you all of this money, all of this work-life balance, and opportunities to, let's say, travel or do whatever it is that you like to do, right? It may seem a little bit, quote unquote, too good to be true. Or is it? Could it potentially be, so fam, that all of the bullshit that you've been through, whoever you is in this equation, could it be that it had to occur in order for this wonderful opportunity to come in? Could it be that you potentially learned the lessons through the pain already, enough for you to now know happiness, and not only know it, but experience it? This is a love romance. The same thing applies. When love comes a knockin', it's by chance. But it is by choice that you choose to stay and work on it. Because nothing will ever be completely perfect. And sometimes safety and true unconditional love may seem like a freaking stretch. Because you may have never known that before or really truly experienced it. So when it does come around, you're like, no, you're playing a trick on me. I don't know about this right now. I can't just like give you my heart. You must be out your damn mind. But boy, oh boy, are things really coming together? I just heard missing piece. We're in an era, so fam, this age of Aquarius, where interconnection is key. You mustn't do everything all by yourself anymore. In one form or another, another person's talents, abilities, and compassion is required. And not everyone's here to hurt you or to deny you something or to fuck you over. And so we're in a hanged man phase, total stagnation, silence, silence, to rethink our lives. Yeah, someone's really going through a dark night of the soul. Like, I think that honestly, what could have happened is something really positive came up and it caused an amygdala hijack, meaning that a fight or flight was inaccurately initiated for us to believe that there is danger where there really is not. And yet still there is this pull, there is still this curiosity to give our hearts. Now you do see the Page of Cups talking to a fish. Okay, so this may be a Pisces involved, doesn't necessarily have to be the case. I typically like to stay away from such things because it just confuses some readings, or people really take a lot of these things seriously. Just know this is a YouTube reading, so fam, only, again, take what resonates, all right? But it could very well be that this person's really talking to their unconscious mind right now, talking to their intuition and learning to listen to their gut feeling versus their fear. I will tell you right now that intuition is much more quiet and soft and peaceful than the anxious fear that you would feel, okay? That's how you differentiate the two. And that's not to say that fear is bad. It's there to protect you. Just consider whether or not you actually need protecting right now, or if something just simply feels uncomfortable. And again, I mean, I would love to sit here and tell y'all that everything's going to be okay and you will never feel pain again. It's also impossible in this human experience. It's required of us to grow. And without the pain, we will never know pleasure. But to reject yourself that pleasure in however many forms it's being presented to you right now, that's a choice. Okay? That's not a circumstance that was thrust upon you, but rather a decision to stay in your predictive chaos. The Empress, beautiful energy. I love to see it. Tell me about this Empress. What's it about? Page of Swords. Okay, so again, I'm feeling a very similar energy to this, except now we're upgrading it, right? So I feel like step 2 to this is, in fact, to maybe communicate something. If this Empress is not a person separate to the situation, right? Like there's the King of Swords and then there's the Empress. It could very well be that now is the opportunity to vocalize your lessons, to perhaps maybe write them down, write a book, share your experiences. Again, interconnection, right? A lot of your own personal lessons could very well be helpful to another, should that circumstance ever come up for you. So for whoever needs this part of the message here, use your creativity, use your voice to speak on what it is that you truly desire. And it could be a form of creative means. Now, often the Empress is pregnant. I don't believe she is in this deck, but you can very well be birthing something new, a new cycle, something to consider, okay? Because even though the King of Swords stands strong and proud, where their mind is going is in a bit of a different direction now. A direction where, as previously mentioned, is being cycled through potentially positive thoughts and affirmations are being welcomed. And that could have perhaps maybe been a bunch of woo-woo once upon a time. Like, I'm hearing affirmations don't work. Spirituality is BS. Astrology is all of that. It's fine. Okay, whatever works for you, boo-boo. But there is a change of vibrational frequencies here where I'm sensing that because especially this Empress is here, that something positive has an opportunity to reawaken. I'm also hearing the sacral chakra. There's a lot of yellow here. Okay, so if perhaps maybe you or whomever this reading is about is experiencing a lot of like stomach pains, it could very well be that your body is literally filtering out some of those unconscious energies outside of just the mind, right? Our unconscious mind is so powerful and it speaks to us in a multitude of different ways. And the pain and discomfort that we feel within our bodies, especially throughout a time of transitioning and opening our hearts and breaking karmic loops, again, potentially ego deaths and dark nights of the soul, come with releases that are cleansing in all forms: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. So release whatever it is that you got to do, okay? And I would, of course, if that part of the message today resonated with y'all, try to eat healthier, okay? Just know that what it is that you ingest right now ought to be healthier, okay? Give your body a break as it's going through this human experience with you, and give it something healthy to process while you're simultaneously processing something much deeper and more complicated potentially. But I do really like to see that there is some curiosity. Now, if this is all love-based, it could very well be that this King of Swords is keeping quiet, but still looking at an Empress-like energy, okay? Someone who perhaps maybe has fulfilled this goal that they're potentially working on and is thriving and is really happy and creative and authentic and loving and compassionate, although still able to be strong, right? The Empress is the queen of all queens. So when we take that into consideration there, it could be very curious. And it could also be a little bit of like an ego poke, where this King of Swords may realize that they could really learn something from the Empress. Now, I do want to step away from any genders, okay? Again, take all of this as it resonates with y'all. Male, female, non-binary, other. Just take the messages as it comes. But to know and truly believe that you want something that someone else can offer you, but perhaps maybe that's failed so many times for you, or I am sensing someone, you know what I'm getting? Okay, I'm getting that scene from, oh, I forgot what's the title? Anyways, but like, it's the kid that comes for porridge and he's like, please, sir, can I have some more? And like, the dude's like, more? And like calling him ungrateful and then like, you know, punishing him for whatever reason. Like, can you guys drop the title? Like, what is that called? It's not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, obviously, but like, whatever. That whole scene could be something that this King of Swords has been used to, right? And I'm hearing I had to make it on my own. So to now ask for help or union of sorts, some sort of companionship, again, if it could be a business opportunity, something's coming back up right now to actually allow you to relive not even relive, but potentially even start and birth a childhood fantasy or desire. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants stability. Okay. I have hundreds of clients and we all want the same thing. How we get there though, really is based on the amount of resistance that we have towards the change that we are willing to make in ourselves. We mustn't expect other people to just line up to our desires, because even if they do, which, don't shoot the messenger, but I'm picking up that they are, it still won't be good enough. You will not feel good enough. So what are you doing about it? Well, currently, what may look on the outside as a bunch of nothing is a lot of something, okay? There is, again, a very deep transformation, and it's rocking this person's world completely upside down. So let's close this reading off and learn about what the outcome is. Well, we don't really know right now. The outcome as of right now, well, Ace of Wands, the bottom of the deck here. I'll keep this in the reading. Knight of Pentacles in the bottom here, and the Sun. Okay, you know, and now I just heard stop. Okay, cool. So let's start with these two right here, okay? The outcome, at least temporarily, and I'm hearing the next couple of weeks, could very well be that this King of Swords energy that holds a lot of this resistance towards some sort of cooperation between themselves and another interconnection, I'm hearing, okay? Could very well be much more in the sulky kind of moods, right? Like when we're thinking about fives, this gives us an opportunity for change. Change is scary for this individual right now, okay? So have patience if this is for yourself tuning in and you're really matching this energy right now where you're sulking, right? Like you could very well be, when we decide to heal, so fam, like you're gonna get really sad. Like you're gonna be grieving opportunities that you've lost and aspects of yourself that could have been, you know? And that sucks sometimes. Hence the dark night of the soul, realizing just what hadn't worked out. And for whatever reason, although the choice is there, okay, the choice is there. Right now, the requirement is to process and release. And this process and release is feeling uncomfortable. I will tell y'all, so fam, please kindly do not confuse this discomfort with negativity, because positivity can also be really uncomfortable, especially if it's something that you're newly opening up to, okay? A really, really great opportunity, your dream job or your dream person could show up at your door. And that fear can still have you keep that door closed, okay? Right now, there is a level that is required for you to feel remorse, for you to feel grief, for you to feel inadequate. However long it is that you choose to sit in that energy is up to you, okay? But it is required right now. It is. Now, the more long-term, and time frames can vary between all of y'all, okay? Could be whatever it is that you want it to be. The spark will return, okay? I'm hearing like an aha moment. A choice will be made. Now, because this is an Ace of Wands, it could be a very quick decision where it's like you just count to 5 and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna send the text message, or I'm gonna just show up at their door too, or I'm just going to sign this contract and just send it out. You know what I mean? It's like, I am actually hearing, okay, this is really funny that I said signed contract. So this could very well be like an Akashic contract, right? Or it could be a literal contract where something is signed, but it's not sent yet. You know, it's just sitting there, like waiting for you to just process, put it through, send it out to the universe, literally or figuratively. Someone's going to press enter on that, okay? Or lick the envelope and send it. I don't know, however this applies. Snail mail is a thing. It really does show here with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? This is the slowest moving knight in the deck, okay? It could be, what, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy here, okay? Stubborn, needs the reassurance that things will work out. Now, sorry, I just got a download in here. This is someone who really truly believes that truly good things take time. So when things come in as a blessing and opportunity from the universe very quickly and almost suddenly, it causes this resistance. Because it's like, whoa, hold on. It's almost too easy. I'm too happy. It's too good to be true. Take your time in realizing whatever it is that you got to realize and go through whatever hardship it is that unfortunately you have to go through based on this human experience, okay? And just know that you can choose your reality, because your perception is your reality. So if you're constantly going to believe that everyone's out here to hurt you or reject you or deny you, you will only make that happen. And this is likely someone who's going to reject before they're rejected, because sometimes it's easier to do that. But either way, even if you've already done this rejecting, you're still feeling like shit about it. So there's no escaping this. Either way, there is hurt that requires to be processed and released, okay? If it's coming up for you, just know that it's safe for you to let go of, okay? And it may be a slower than usual process than you may be used to. And mental health, emotional health is a very good thing to take your time with, okay? I would highly recommend speaking to a professional or myself, okay? knmwitchery.com is where you can book any and all readings with me. Intuitive, tarot, I got therapeutic services there as well if you want some more of that unconscious assistance and turning, okay, to really speed up this Hanged Man. Happy to have a discovery call with you, because the outcome overall is the Sun. This is arguably the happiest vibration in the deck. One that will welcome in childhood glee. Okay, your inner child will be happy. Your inner child will be happy. Right now, you just got to tend to that inner child and let them know that they're safe. Wow. So anyways, I heard my snaps. I also heard there's going to be no extended on this. So I genuinely hope that this check-in helped anyone who needed it today. Just know that my heart goes out for you, okay? And just know that this vibration, although it's very uncomfortable, it's required, okay? We all got to process through it. And as soon as you decide to change your reality for yourself, it can come true. Even anything that you've already rejected. I just heard you're allowed to change your mind. Do with that information what you will. Soul fam, thank you so very much. Check out the description box below if you want to book with me or stalk my social medias while I'm on this vacation. Let me know how it is that I can help you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.